Hey guys, it's Shane, and today I am going to be showing you how to make Iglesias style tech house. As usual, you can get the full project file and samples, MIDI, presets, everything from this video is available right at the top of the description, and if you're a patron on my Patreon, check there, it's already available. And yeah, here we go. So we're at 126 BPM, this is the loop you heard in the intro. The first sound we have here is the bass line, which sounds like this. So yeah, the thing about these kind of bass lines is that it's really simple in terms of notes. You can see we only have 3 notes, and if you notice, they're all notes that are like, pretty simple in terms of fitting together. Like G and C always work together, C and F always work together, F and G usually work together. So it's like, really simple notes in that regard. And then where it really comes in terms of like becoming interesting is just the programming, making this like bouncy, fun, kind of swingy bass line like this. So yeah, and then for the sound with this one, it's made using operator. What we have here actually is just a square wave, and then a triangle wave, and then a saw wave, playing all side by side. You can see I have it on this FM algorithm, which means there's no FM happening. These are literally just playing on their own like this. And then you can hear when we layer these 3 oscillators together, we get a really fat and full sound. So that's the main thing with this type of bass, is just getting this sort of like deep fat bass. So I recommend starting with the square wave and then adding in like a triangle wave, and then the saw wave just adds a bit of like kind of crunchiness. If I turn that off, you can hear that one's really subtle, but it's just adding that a little bit. And then the other thing that goes into making this bass so deep and fat is the low pass filter. You can see we got a low pass, I've got an envelope on it, because there's without it, obviously wouldn't be the same thing. But yeah, just like a fat, plucky kind of bass. And then we just have a bit of saturation on that to beef it up a bit. Here's without it. You can hear it really fills it out. And then we have an EQ8, which is cutting at 100 Hz, just making a bit of room for the kick, as well as boosting the lows. And then finally, this is just sidechain to the kick. And that's it for the bass. After that, we have the kick. So it's pretty simple. The main thing with this kick is just like the type of kick you choose. It's just like this very fat, hard-hitting, almost like clicky kick. There's the original sample. And then you can see I put it through some drum bus here. So here's without that. And then with it. So that's really helping in terms of making this kick just like really slam like that. Yeah, and then on the group, I have the kick and bass in a group together. This is known as bussing. With this style of tech house, bussing is very important. Like, as you can see with all these different layers that we have going on here, like, just keeping them in that same bus together kind of keeps everything under control a little bit and makes it all kind of fit together a bit smoother. So same deal here with the kick and bass. So we just got that going through a bit of saturation. Here's without it. And then with it. So this is why we do the bussing, because you can hear without it. It's just not as fat. But then with it, it's like this is that last thing that you need to really get the kick and bass to fit together nicely. And yeah, that's it for the low end. After that, we have the main hi-hat, which is made of 2 layers, and it sounds like this. So what this is it's just your standard sort of open hi-hat. You can see I've shortened this a bunch using the amplitude envelope. And then we have the second one, which is a lot brighter. This is more of like an 808 or a 606 style hi-hat. And then on the brighter one, you can see I have this audio effect rack. So this is actually doing the Haas effect. You can see we have the left and right, and then on the right signal, I have a delay on there with no feedback, 100% wet, and then it's just moving it slightly forward. So what's happening is we're hearing the right ear 3.34 milliseconds after the left ear, and that's what's creating this wide stereo image. Here's without this, and then with it. And the idea here is that we're layering this with another one, so this one is more in the mid, like in the middle, and then this one just adds those bright stereo highs. And yeah, and then I just have an EQ on that, just boosting the high end a little. And then that's it for that. And then I have those in a group together with just a bit of saturation. Here's without it. And with it, so again, whenever you put two things in a group like this and saturate them, it's going to make them sound a lot more together, and just a lot better, really, to be honest. But yeah, so the idea with this one is, again, it's like that regular sort of tech house hi-hat like you would have, like just a big fat one. And then we're layering it with that really bright one to get an even sharper sound. And yeah, after that we have this 808 hi-hat. Pretty simple. This one's just playing straight 16 notes. The main thing that I noticed with this is just like getting it to the right level. Like you want this to actually be pretty loud in the mix. You want that constant like to really be audible in the background. Oh yeah, after that we have this drum rack with a few percussions. So basically what it is it's just these two bongos. And then this little sound. And they're just in a drum rack kind of playing off of what everything else is doing. So yeah, you can see there's quite a bit of percussion in this project file. This is really what this style of tech house is. It's like, you know, it's some fat percussion, fat bass line, fat kick. And that's really all you need to tell the story here. But the key to doing that is just having enough percussion and not like, you know, using too little or the wrong elements. So this is the first one that's just providing that main sort of like energetic percussion loop. After that we have this percussion, which is really more of a clap. You can hear it in the mix. That you know, it just kind of adds some sort of very energetic percussion in the background, just having that come in like that. A lot of tech house producers use claps like this, not just Iglesias, but yeah. And then the effects on that, I just actually have one, it's just this echo here, it's on quarter notes, and then I have the ping pong settings. So this is meant to be like, you know, you hear this play and then you get those long delays. Oh yeah, then after that we have this percussion, and I'll show you these two together. These next two sound like this. So what's happening is basically we have like this one, which I'll play it with the hi-hat so you can hear, and with the clap. So it's kind of like, but then we also have this one. That's just, but then when you put them together, you get that. So yeah, this is just kind of like an example of using two different percussion sounds and kind of making them fit into one space. You know, this is, I look at this as one thing. It's that, it's not like two separate percussions, but this is like, this is what you want to try to do, you know, is take different percussion samples and put them in a really cohesive way like this. Yeah, and then after that we have the snare, which sounds like this. So this is two layers. We have a clap, pretty standard tech house fare, and then the snare. So I noticed this in a few of the Iglesias tracks, like he'll use like a snare like this on top of the clap, and it gives you a nice layer. Like honestly, I'm about to start doing this in most of my tech house tracks as well, where, because the clap on its own, like you can hear, it's nice, but having that like underneath it really adds a lot. So yeah, we just got a little bit of reverb on the snare as well. And I've got that being high pass too, because like, you don't want all that low end in there. And then on the group of both of those, I just have a bit of saturation to kind of make them fit together. Here's without it. And then with it. So yeah, and then all that percussion I just showed you is in a group here. Again, like I said, this may seem kind of simple, but this is just simply the way that it works with this style. It's like, you get this nice percussion, put it all in a group together, and then when you process it together, that's how you get all the percussion to sound together and even. So here is with no group processing. Here everything's kind of all over the place. And then with it, everything is fitting into the same place. You know, it's all just kind of in that one percussion zone. So the first thing here is just a bit of saturation. Here's without that. And then with it. So this is the first thing, like, any kind of saturation like this really helps to glue sounds together and just kind of make them feel like they're fitting together a little bit more smoothly. Like, this is what will bring like the volume of that percussion that's in the background up so that you can still hear it even when you're hearing all this other stuff. It's like, you know, just a subtle way to really glue it all together. And then we just have an EQ, which is cutting the low end, boosting the highs a little. And yeah, that's it for the percussion. And that's also going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video, as well as subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get the full project file and samples and MIDI and presets. All that stuff from this video is available right at the top of the description. And if you're a patron on my Patreon, check there, because it's already available. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.